Hey everybody, this is Eric for the Little Whitehouse. You know, I've been impressed that I need to bring this to light. Today there was a stay-at-home order issued in Michigan, actually an extension of the stay-at-home order. We have already been at stay-at-home since March 23rd, and they want to continue it until May 15th. So keep that in mind while I tell you this story. 8 years ago in 2012, probably around this time of the year, we got a phone call from a friend of ours who said, would you like to adopt a baby? Well, that came after 12 miscarriages by my wife, and you know, she was willing to do just about anything to have a child at that point. And because she wanted to be a mom so bad, I said, well, let's work on trying to adopt and we'll see what we can do. Well, everything that we did turned out to be like swimming in mud. We couldn't make any progress whatsoever. And we even got an attorney to give us advice. They did it pro bono. They took time out and talked with us and told us legal proceedings and all of that. Anyway, it came down to the weekend before the baby was born, and she calls me up and she says, well, Eric, I think you're gonna have to just think of this as a learning experience. This baby is not going home with you. We don't have anything done right, and it's just not possible. Well, when the baby was born, that night, the birth mom had some weird names, and she came back with a different name, and she said, what do you think of this name, Isaac James? And I was half asleep, and I said, sure, that sounds like a good name. And I was thinking, compared to what you've given us in the past, this is a great name, Anyway, when the baby was born, I went home and I took a shower, and I was kind of complaining to God. I said, this baby needs to go home with us, and I don't know how or why, but it really does, and I was pretty angry, pretty upset. But God kind of put it in my mind, hey, the boy's name is Isaac James, and I realized that Isaac in the Bible was a child of promise. And so it kind of gave me peace, because I believed after that it was going to go home with us, and through a power of attorney that was signed over to us, we had that baby in our home for 7 weeks. At the end of 7 weeks, exactly to the day, I received a phone call at work when I was getting out, and this agency that we had contacted while we were trying to go through this adoption process, they called and they said, the birth mom has decided that she wants to take back the power of attorney, and we're here to enforce that, along with we're going to have CPS at your house and the police in 20 minutes, so be there and have the baby ready to go. So my wife wasn't even at home. I had to drive to where she was babysitting, literally pry the baby out of her hands and take the baby to back to our house, and to hand it over to CPS and this adoption agency. And they did have the police there and everything. I mean, it was crazy. But people, that night happened to be prayer meeting, and people came up to me. They were like, well, where's Isaac? Where's Isaac James? He's been here every week since you guys got him. And I had to explain it to them that they had taken him away. And all these people were kind of really upset. They were like, well, what's going to happen? Are you going to sue him? Are you going to go to court, get a lawyer, fight for your rights? And I said no, because God has a bigger blessing in mind. For about 2 or 3 weeks, it was pretty dark. And things started lightening up little by little, and that was in December. And the first part of February, my wife found out that she was pregnant with our first son, Seth. And since then, we've had a daughter, Abigail. And, God did have a bigger blessing in mind. Fast forward 8 years to today, and, I'd really like to go back to work. I know that there's a lot of people in Michigan that would like to go back to work. And maybe you're one of the people around the country that has had a similar thing happen to you, where they've extended your stay-at-home thing. God has a bigger blessing in mind. And He's gonna work that out for you through whatever hoopla the media wants to give you, through whatever thing that is going on in your life. He is looking to help you out, not to hurt you. And I believe that we're going to come out on the other side of coronavirus with a lot of good stories to tell. Anyway, thanks for listening to me. That's my 2 cents for the day. Thanks for watching. God bless, and see you next time.